Hi everyone, today I'm going to make some French beans. You can also call them kacang buncis in Bahasa Malaysia. And I would like to make a simple Indian stir fry with spices and so on, with the addition of some dal. As you know, dal is a good source of protein as well as great fiber. So we need lots of fiber, guys, to keep our gut healthy, because fiber is a prebiotic, and in order for the probiotics or the good bacteria in our gut to be healthy, we need lots and lots of roughage and fiber. So lentils is a very good source of fiber as well. The reason I'm always making very simple and basic food, guys, is basically just to encourage all those young cooks out there who might fear going into the kitchen, especially after a hard day's work and so on. That making a simple dish is really not a big deal at all. I used to be like that when, especially if I've had a hard day or a tiring day, I would hesitate to go to the kitchen, despite the fact that I actually love cooking. Mainly because I would think that, oh my God, that's going to take a whole lot of time and energy, and I'm tired and so on. But I would like to say that prepping beforehand is a big game changer. It really helps when you know that you've got some prepped food in the fridge, that you know that you can just cook in a jiffy. For example, in my fridge right now, not my fridge, my daughter's fridge, which she says that I'm filling up to the brim. Well, anyway, I already have this cabbage that I have prepped, washed, dried, and put into this Ziploc bag. And I have these snow peas. Okay, can you see? So I put a little bit of tissue or kitchen paper because I want to absorb the moisture, because it's moisture that makes food go bad. And then the French beans that I'm going to make today, I have already cut them up, because I did it yesterday because I knew I was going to cook it today. And then I have some carrots that have already been peeled, and I have some cauliflower already washed and dried, and peeled garlic, guys. And because I knew I was going to cook today, I have some sliced onions. I know that food like this is not perfect, terribly fresh, because you've already sort of you cut them, or you might peel them and so on, so they're not in their original state. But it beats going out and buying food anytime. So this is what I would always do when I'm prepping for one meal. Like yesterday when I cooked, I think I cooked the cabbage. I'm not sure what I cooked yesterday. When I was cooking, while I was cooking something else, I prepped this, so that I know that another day cooking would be easier. So that's a little tip from me, guys. Ingredients for today is about, how much would this be? About 400 grams of green beans. Green beans as in French beans, or kacang buncis. This is how they look like. I've cut them like this. Okay, you can cut them any way you like. So this is how I've cut them, and I have it in this bag. And I'm going to use about, remember the spices that I roasted and everything. I got these jars, and I put them in these jars, but because I had some extra, some are in here. So this spice, the mixed spices, I'm going to use, my mixed spices basically split urad dal, cumin seeds, and mustard seeds. So I'm going to use about a teaspoon of this, and then about, small shallots, or you can even use medium size, half a medium sized onion that I'm sliced like this, and these garlic, maybe about 3 cloves. I'm going to slice it, and also about quarter a large chili. And as you can see, I just bought these chilies. I bought it a few days ago, but it was in the fridge, and right now I have already washed all these chilies. I'm going to take off the stems, because the chili starts to rot from the stem. So I'm going to take off these stems, and I'm going to dry it in a clean towel, and I'll put it in a little container. So that would be cleaned chilies that I can use in another day. So these are the onions that I've sliced. The chili, I sliced the whole half of that chili, guys. And this is the garlic. And as you can see, guys, you see, this is the bag of chilies that I bought. I've forgotten the price, but I know it was very expensive. So I bought them in Coles. And these chilies, I have washed all the balance that I had in that bag. I washed them, and I'm going to dry them and put it in the container without the stems because chilies start to rot from the stem. So I'm going to take off all these stems, dry it, put it in a container so I would have clean chilies to use. Besides that, guys, I am also going to put in about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, some coconut milk, as much as you like really, about 60 ml or less. Using this boxed coconut milk. Depends on how creamy you want your beans to be. And then this is some boiled dal. You see, it's frozen, but underneath it has already thawed. So I'm going to take about 2 or 3 tablespoons from here. You can use normal Malawi or tur dal, tuvaram paruppu, or you can use any kind of composition. Like this one that I boil is my usual sambar mix, which is masoor dal, split mung beans, split and clean mung beans, as well as tuvaram paruppu or tur dal. So any kind of dal really. If you use chana dal, it will be way tastier, way more tasty. So yeah, about 2 or 3 tablespoons of boiled dal, and if you like it more creamy and more rich, add more. Okay, so into some hot oil go the big spices, just about a teaspoon. Obviously the water wasn't hot enough. Well, it's not too bad actually, starting to do its thing. So this, I'm going to give it a stir, and once it starts to starts to crackle and pop and so on. Right now it's making that sound because my oops, gosh guys, this is so difficult, sorry. Okay, because this was wet. Once it starts crackling, in fact now it's a little too it's getting a bit too brown, I'm going to add the garlic, okay, the onions, let that go in first, and then put in the chilies. Okay, that goes in first. Higher heat. So this is when I miss my kitchen. I'm always complaining to my husband and saying that my kitchen is too small, I'd like a bigger kitchen, I'd like a nice island. Then you come here, you realize what a blessing what a blessing it is that my kitchen is big enough. Small, but better than this. Okay, now goes the slightly browning, the chilies in. You can see now it's already beginning to brown a little too much. Okay, time to add the coriander, sorry, not coriander guys, turmeric powder. Give that a quick stir, and now add all the beans. Now the beans go in. See how easy that was? All prepped earlier. All I have to do is stir fry these beans. I'm going to add some salt. About half a teaspoon. If you're using Himalaya pink salt, be careful, it can be really, really salty. So go slow first. Look at that lovely green color, guys. It gives us a good stir before you add the water in. Okay, I'm going to give this a nice stir. And then I'm going to add some water and close this. So a little bit of water. Not too much. Maybe I'll show you. Not too much water. You just want this to sort of half cook, and then you're going to put in the coconut milk, which I have put in here, and I'm going to add some water and mix this up so that there are no lumps. I'm going to I put the lid on, and I'm going to cook it for about 3 minutes maybe. And now let me just show you the dal. Okay, it's mixed with water and so on, but I just want to show you that if your dal is very mushy, then you put it into right at the end. But if it's like this, it all depends on how you like the texture of the dal to be when you're eating the beans, when the beans are ready. So mine still has retained a little bit of shape, but they are soft. See, when I press it, it's soft. So I'm going to see it's soft, but not very, very soft. So I'm going to add it not right at the end, but a little bit earlier, so that I like it a bit mushy. I don't like to see bits of dal, the circle, little round dal lentils. I don't like to see that, but it all depends on what you like, okay? So this is how it looks like now. As you can see, it's probably is not cooked yet. The smoke, let me change my hand. Okay, so you can see that it's cooked, but still quite raw. So now is when I'm going to add the dal. All the dal goes in. Use more dal if you like it richer, and use less. It all depends on how you like it. And also remember that if you like to retain that shape, like my mom, well, I'll tell you about my mom now. So just giving it a stir, and I'm going to close it a bit more, a little, close it again, okay? Oh yeah, I'm going to also take all this and put it in. That was work, guys. I had to clean and I had to boil it and everything, so I'm not about to throw that away. So you can add a little bit more water if you like, just a bit more. And I'm going to close this for a little bit more. For the dal, like sometimes I would add chana dal. This is not necessary now. So sometimes I would add chana dal, and when I add chana dal, I really like the taste, but I don't like to feel that round lentils or the semicircle lentils. And my mom, when she does it, she likes to feel it. She likes to bite into it. So if you like that, you like to actually see that, like kacang-kacanga kadeko. That's what she will say. That is fine. But if you don't like that, like me, you can really cook it mushy and then add it in, okay? So my Tamil is a bit weird, because sometimes I know somebody laughed the other day when I said Adi Pudikaran, okay? So that's my version of Tamil. But I really like the language. I think it's a beautiful language, and someday I might go for classes. I did go for some classes when I was young. In Standard 4, we introduced the mother tongue languages kind of a thing. And that time I was studying in Layang, because my father was an estate manager, so we were moving. Every 4 years I moved. So when I was in Standard 4, I was in Bukit Jubli Intan, Layang, something like that. It's a long time ago. Was it Rengam? Jubli Intan Rengam, yeah. But the estate was somewhere near Layang. So yeah. So now I'm going to sort of like feel it to see whether it's like sort of cooked or not. Yep, it is. So you know that, bite into it. Quite soft already. Time to add the coconut milk. Also taste for salt and so on. You don't want to cook too much after the coconut milk has been added. You don't want it to start to curdle and so on. So this is okay for me. I'm going to let it thicken a little bit more, and then it's basically done. So I just tasted it. I could add a little bit more salt, just a bit. Okay, just a tiny bit. Okay, I'm going to stir it, and it's basically done. Okay, now I'm going to plate it. So there you go, everyone. Nicely plated. See, so yummy. I tried it, it's yummy. Okay, I like home food. I like comfort food, foods that I grew up eating. So if you're like me, do follow my channel, and Yeah, Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye, guys.